Welcome to Jazz Time. JazzTime.com is an online store that buys, sells, trades authentic luxury watches. We make these videos so our customers can easily choose the best watch for themselves in the comfort of their own home. If you like this watch and would like to purchase it at the lowest price anywhere online, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com. Today I'm going to be reviewing the Panerai Luminor Marina Goldtech Soul Blue, reference PAM01112. I'm going to talk to you a little bit about the history, then about where this watch stands in the lineup of other similar Luminors, then talk to you about the case, bezel, dial, bracelet movement, finally try it on, and give you my thoughts. So let's start. Panerai has been around for a very long time. They were created back in 1860. That's a long time ago. I think that's something like 160 years. That's a long time. If you compare that to, for example, Patek Philippe, who's been around for like 170 or 180, 175, something like that, it's a long time. And Rolex has only been around for like 100 plus years or something like that. And AP, Audemars Piguet, which has been around for I think 150, something like that. So this is a long time, and it was first created, as you can imagine, by the name implies Panerai, or the officine Panerai was created by Giovanni Panerai. Giovanni being Italian, so this is an Italian watch. It was created in Florence, and it was created a long time ago. Now it went through some ups and downs, but let's just start with their major thing, which is Panerai was commissioned by the Italian Navy, I think in the 1930s, to create a watch that could do some diving. And it was created, and this is more or less the result. Now they created a radio mirror to start, but eventually that evolved into what you see here. The Luminor is the more updated version. The first design that they created was the radio mirror. But at any rate, the sort of claim to fame, I guess you could say, is that Panerai was made for the Italian army sometime between 1930 and 1990s. So that's a good run. That's like 60 years. And they used this, the Italian Navy used Panerais as their watch, as the watch to tell time. And it was an official carrier for the Italian Navy. Pretty cool, right? Okay, and rightfully so, because the watch is very legible. It's big. It has a very nice design. It's simple. And it's no wonder why the Italians, which are known for aesthetic beauty in almost everything they do, including their cars, even their food, even everything, really. Their architecture, clothing, the list goes on. Uh, the Italians and the French are probably the best when it comes to aesthetic, beauty, fashion, and this kind of stuff. So it makes sense that the Panerai would be no different. Okay, at any rate, the Panerai was then bought out at some point, I don't remember exactly when, by the Richemont Group, and because watches weren't doing so well for a while, Richemont Group bought them out, uh, refined the process of watchmaking, refined their factory, made it more accessible to the masses, and Panerai just blew up in a good way, as in did very well. I want to say around 2010, they did a fantastic run. Panerais were even selling above list. They were very hard to get, beautiful pieces, and very desirable. They had a huge emergence around 2010, 2010. And after that, it's kind of died off and fizzled, and it's where it is now. So now you can actually get Panerais at below list. And that's a good thing. People think, well, they died. No, they didn't die. They didn't get smashed. They're still going. It's just that they're not as popular as they once were, which was 2010. Okay, so at any rate, that is a good thing, because that means you can buy this watch at a discount. This watch actually retails at around 27,000, and we're selling it quite a bit less. I think 20,000, something like that, or maybe even less than that. But you'll find out by simply going to the website jazztime.com. Okay, now that's a little bit about the history. Okay, now let's talk about this watch, where this watch stands in the lineup of other Luminors. Now, Luminor is a later design, and it's marked by this. What makes a watch a Luminor? It's this bezel protector here. This very interesting round bezel protector. Now you might wonder, why do you need not bezel protector, crown protector. Why would you need this crown protector? It protects the crown. If you hit it, the crown is a very vulnerable it might even be the most vulnerable part of the watch. If you hit it, you can easily break it. It's only held together by a crown stem that holds that crown to the case, right? But you putting a crown protector on it protects it so that if you hit it, it's not going to do anything. And the Luminor has this very interesting case. No other watch has a case like this. It has a sort of these square lugs with this rounded case and this dome bezel. And also it's a very good size. Okay, anyways, so that's the Luminor. And they make the Luminor in many different variations. This is the top of the line, which is gold. They call it Goldtech. But the Luminor comes in steel, titanium, and they have a ton of different variations and colors, etc. of the Luminor. I would actually say it's their most productive, desirable line. It's the one that people recognize the most. The radio mirror has been around for the longest. It's the oldest design. Is like 100 years old, but it's not their most successful line. I would say that the Luminor definitely is their most successful line, and it's beautifully done. I myself have had a Panerai in the past, and it looks pretty good, and I like the look. I think you like it too. That's why you're watching this video, deciding whether you want to buy this watch or not. So, okay, that's where this watch stands in the lineup. It's where it stands in the lineup, it's at the very top because it's gold. Okay, all right. Not the very top. They make ones that are even crazier than this with skeletonization, tourbillon, etc. But it's one of the top ones. Okay, now let's move on to the case and the watch itself. Now this case is 44 millimeters. Typically, the Luminors are made in either size 44 or 40. So 40 is being small, 44 is actually large, but they consider it medium. They even make larger ones, but in general, most of their watches are between 44 and 40. They do actually make some 42s. They're very rare, but they do make them, and a lot of them are discontinued. So for the most part, 40 millimeters for the ladies or a guy who has a small wrist, and 44 is for normal man-sized wrist. Okay, all right. So that's the case, and the case itself, as I just told you, is made of gold. And well, what do I have to explain about gold? Gold is made of gold, and it's very beautiful. Doesn't tarnish, doesn't corrode, and it maintains this beautiful, luxurious look for the entirety of its life. So what can I say? It looks fantastic. Okay, that's the gold, and it's 44 millimeters from my thumb to my index finger. 8 o'clock to 2 o'clock position, longest distance across the bezel. It does not include the crown protector. So if you actually include the crown protector, it's even bigger than that. But you don't include the crown protector. So I'm just telling you, it's not a small watch, it's not a massive watch, but I would call it a big watch. It's on the big side. Okay, so you have to be ready for a big watch, which some people are. It depends on the situation, and of course your wrist size. If you have a wrist size of 7 inches or larger, I would say 44 millimeters is just fine. And you'll see when I try it on that it looks just great on me. Okay, that is the case. Let's move on to the dial here. Now the dial is blue. They only make it in this variation. I think it looks fantastic. It's blue sun brushed, and it has luminous Arabic numerals and hour markers. Now the Arabics are only at 12, 6, and 9, and the rest are index. And it sort of has this sandwich dial so that you can see luminous behind the dial. I think it looks pretty awesome, actually. I really like it. And I think it's a good combination to put with gold. Dark colors, either black, dark green, or this blue, and with the blue matching strap, looks really fantastic. It's a very simple dial. You can tell it the time easily at one simple glance. Just take one quick look at it, and boom, you can tell what time it is. That's what I like about the Panerai. Okay, let's move on to the strap. The strap is your crocodile strap. It's in blue. It's a very nice touch. Of course, actually, you can change the strap. You can change it to really whatever you want. It's an alligator strap, and it's, all right. And you can do that actually on their website. Just simply go to their website, panerai.com. But if you want to buy the watch, come to jazztime.com. Okay, let's look at the movement here. Now, the movement is, I like that they have an exhibition case back, which just means see-through case back. You can actually see the movement, and it's a very modern looking. It doesn't have the old school finish on it. The movement is a caliber 9010. It has 200 parts, which is not big or not. It's actually on the lower end, but that's not a bad thing. It has a power reserve of 3 days. And as you can see, I can't say it's super beautiful, but it does look very nice. It's not like ornate like a Longanzuna or Patek Philippe or Audemars Piguet, but it still looks like a very nice movement with beautiful jewels, a nice finish to it, and a nice design to it. And it matches the rest of the watch. Okay, that's the movement. Now let's go ahead and try this watch on. And give you my thoughts. I'm 6 foot tall, 200 pounds. I have a wrist size of 7.5 inches, and as you can see from the watch on my wrist, it's a perfect size. Now, you might think, well, I like smaller watches. Well, then you can go with a 42 or just go with a different watch or go with a Luminor or, sorry, radial mirror. The Panerais are meant to be big. And why? Is because, well, they were designed initially for the Italian Navy, and they need to be able to read the time accurately at any moment, and having a bigger watch helps to achieve that. And so it is a bigger watch, but it is not too big. And I think it looks really awesome. I like the look of it, the aesthetics of it. And it, you know, if you want to wear if you want to have a king of the heap on Luminor or Panerai, then you got to go with gold. It's a very luxurious look. It takes the sportiness out of it, but it makes it much more like a dress watch. And if you want something that's a little bit more unique, a lot of people have gold watches, Rolex and other brands, but not a lot of people have Panerai gold watches. How do I know? Because we don't sell a lot of gold Panerai watches to people. We do sell them, but not a whole lot, right? So that means that they're not as popular, which it could be a good thing for you, because you maybe don't want to wear the same watch as, you know, the guy sitting across the desk from you. Makes sense? So for that reason, I'm going to give this watch 2 thumbs up. If you would like to buy it, click on the link in the description below to buy it at jazztime.com.
If you want to find out more about the watch you just saw in the video, you can just click below on Show More to see the full description. Then you can check the link next to model as seen in video, click on it, and you will get to the proper page where you can see all the details. If you're watching on a mobile phone, you have to click on the arrow down on the right hand side below the video to see the full description. If you like this video, please give us a thumbs up. If you would like to share this video with your friends, you can use the share button below and share it on any platform you like. If you have questions, constructive feedback, want to tell us about some mistakes or misspeaks, just write a comment below. If you want to see more videos like this, you should subscribe to our channel and visit our channel page where you can find all the videos. And if you're interested in a specific watch brand, you can check out our playlists. If you want to check the price for a watch or want to buy one, remember at jazztime.com you always get a steep discount, so you should check the prices with us. If you want to know the price for a specific watch, just go to Google, type in JazzTime, plus the brand, model and the details you're interested in, and Google will find the right page for you. Thank you for watching.